Let's get started. Okay, so find a comfortable place in your chair. Yeah. And every week I've been introducing a new breath practice. So this week I wanted to introduce what's called the wave breath. So like an ocean wave breath. And the reason that it's called that is that it kind of sounds like ocean waves, right? So I would like to practice this together a couple times. So in order to find this sound, what sometimes can be helpful is to breathe in through the nose. And then as you breathe out, say ha, ha, like H-A, like ha, 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 right? Ha. And there's kind of like this feeling, if you want to use your hand and use it as an imaginary mirror, like bathroom mirror, as if you're trying to fog up a mirror. So take a big breath in through the nose. And then fog up that mirror. Good. Let's do that a couple more times. Breathe in. Good. One more time. Full breath in. Fog up that mirror. Okay, cool. So keep that same idea, but we can put our mirror down and we'll do that same sound, but with the mouth closed, so the lips sealed. So let's try that together, right? Big breath in. Lips sealed, ha. Couple more, breathe in. Yeah, one more time, full breath in. And sometimes with the mouth closed, if you're familiar with Star Wars, right, sometimes it kind of sounds like a Darth Vader like breath, right? So it's this more audible breath, right? So maybe that Darth Vader or the ocean sound or the mirror imagery, maybe one of those might work better for you. All right, but let's just add on a little bit. So take a big breath in. Find that ocean wave-like breath. Good. And then let's breathe in and gaze off over towards the right. So just gazing over to the right, right? Maybe feeling this stretch through the left side of your neck. One more big breath in. And then exhale, turn and gaze forward. Good. And let's just do it on the other side. So gaze over towards the left and just see what's over there. Right, just hang out here, maybe feeling this gentle stretch on the left side of your neck. One more full breath in. Exhale, come back through center. Good. Yeah, so gaze forward. And then let's do this just one more time as you breathe and gaze up. So lift the chin. Right, you might feel this gentle stretch in the front of the neck, or you may maybe even back behind the neck. One more big breath and we're here. And then exhale, gaze forward towards me. Good. Yeah. Awesome. And then release the arms down and let's see if we can shrug the shoulders up as we breathe in. Yeah, and then exhale, drop them down. Good. Inhale, lift them up. Really nice, everybody. And exhale, drop them down. Yeah, a couple more. Inhale, lift them up, scrunch them up. Exhale, release. How about one more time? Inhale, lift them up. Good. And exhale, release them down. And let's do what we've done before. So let's add on the arms or maybe just the elbows and find some big old arm circles, right? So a lot of times when we get stressed out or maybe we feel anxious, right? Our shoulders and our neck might feel kind of tight. So this can be just a nice way to begin to loosen some of that. And make sure you go both ways, right? So if you're only going forward, now see if you can go backwards. Really nice, everybody. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Go ahead and drop those hands down. Good. And let's see if we can move together and move with our breath. So as we inhale, can we stretch the fingertips out wide and then high? Maybe the palms come to touch. Yeah, seeing if we can move with our classmates. Really good. And then exhale, slowly lower the hands all the way down. Yeah, awesome. Couple more like that. So inhale, reach wide and then high. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly lower those hands on down. Yeah, one more time. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower them down. Seeing if you can stick with that ocean-like breath or that Darth Vader breath, right? One more time, lift the arms up. And then this time we're gonna add on. As you exhale, drop the right hand. Maybe find the seat of your chair or the leg of your chair. And then see if you can reach that left arm up and then over. Yeah, so we're finding a stretch from this hip all the way through the arm, a side body stretch. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Really nice. And then from here, can you twist to the right? So your left hand will find the right leg, and your left hand might reach towards the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Yeah. See if you can think about sitting up a little bit taller and then opening up the chest a little bit wider. If it feels okay on your neck, gaze back behind you, right? Gaze back behind that right shoulder and just see what's back behind you. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. So nice. Then turn to face me. And then again, let's reach those arms wide and then high. Good. And then as you exhale, drop the left hand down. Find the seat of the chair, the leg of the chair, and then reach that right arm up and over. Side body stretch, right? So from this right hip all the way through the right fingertips, we get even longer, right? Stretching out the side body. So good, everybody. Take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Now let's find that twist to the other side this time. All right, so your right hand might find your left leg, and your left hand might find the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. Think about sitting up a little bit taller, opening up through the chest, and then if it feels okay on your neck, gaze back behind you maybe, right? Seeing what's behind that left shoulder. Yeah, just checking out our surroundings. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. And then slowly come back through center and just release the arms down. Let's give the shoulders and the arms a rest and see if we can gently bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Yeah. And you might feel this on the left side of your neck. Take one more big breath in here. And then as you exhale, can you turn your chin towards that right shoulder? So you might just feel this maybe a little bit more in the shoulder or higher up on the neck, but we're still sending a little bit of love to the neck, right? And then just really gently turn towards me. Yeah, and other side, so left ear to left shoulder. Yeah, making our way to that second side, just hanging out here, right? Being really gentle with the neck, with the head. Yeah, if it feels good, you can do a little bit of self-massage. I see Vanessa's doing that. That looks like that might feel good. And then from here, keep the ear down, but see if you can rotate the chin towards that left shoulder. So you might just feel this a little bit more in the top of the right shoulder or somewhere else along the neck. Being really gentle. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. And then really simply just come back through center, right? Gaze forward towards me. Beautiful. Can we bring our arms out wide? Yeah, and then can you bend your elbows like that open book? Yeah, so best you can, our elbows are at shoulder height, so they're high, right? Yeah, good. Ooh, here's someone. I'm gonna let Jordan in. Just 1 second. Awesome. Welcome, Jordan. We're seated with our arms out wide, elbows bent. Open book, right? Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, let's close that book. So slowly bring the elbows, the hands together. Awesome. Couple more. Inhale, open the chest, open the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. Yep. Exhale, close your book. Beautiful. Yeah, see if we can move together. Inhale, open your book. Good. Exhale, close your book. 2 more. Inhale, open your book. Yeah, good. Exhale, close your book. Beautiful. Inhale, open your book. And this time we're going to do something a little bit different. I want you to bring your right elbow, so this elbow, under your left elbow, if you can. Right elbow under, yeah. And the hands can either hang out here, they can find your shoulders, but these are called eagle arms, right? So like a bird, eagle, right? And then from here, you can stay where you are. I'm just gonna rotate so you can see me at a different angle. I want you to keep your hands where they are, but see if you can lift your elbows up and lift your gaze up, maybe lift your chin up, take a really big breath in. And then as you exhale, see if you can round the spine, bring the elbows down towards the chest or the belly. Good, beautiful. 2 more like that. So inhale, lift the elbows up, lift the gaze up, and exhale, round. Elbows to belly or chest. So good. One more time. Inhale, lift your elbows up. Find this back bend, and then exhale, bring the elbows down towards your body. Good work. Come back up, keep your arms as they are, right? So giving yourself this nice hug and add a little twist of the torso. So see if you can just twist the torso. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, just taking a moment to give yourself a squeeze, give yourself some love, right? One more big breath in, really nice. And one more big breath out. Awesome. Arms wide. Yeah. Bend your elbows. Left elbow, this one under right. So just like we did, left elbow under. Yeah, you can find opposite shoulders and then that same thing. So inhale, lift your elbows, lift your gaze up. And then exhale, round and bring the elbows down, right? Stretch out the upper back, hug the chin, and 2 more like that, everybody. So inhale, lift up, gaze up, good. And exhale, round forward, releasing the neck, the shoulders. One more time. Inhale, let's lift the gaze, lift the elbows, and then exhale, round. So good. Keep hugging yourself, but rise on up. Right, and then let's add that little twist. Right, so just twisting the upper body a little bit. Yeah. Beautiful. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Awesome. And then release those arms down. Good. Make gentle fists with the hands. Yeah. And then circle your wrists. And this can be at my pace, or this can be at your pace, so it can be fast or it can be slow. But let's just warm up those wrists a little bit. And if you've only been going in one direction, see if you can go in the other direction as well. Yeah, good. So we're just taking the time to warm up all the parts of our body, right? And then let's do what we've done in the past. I want you to flick your fingers, right? As if you've just washed your hands and someone took the last towel. There's no more paper towels, right? And we're just trying to get all of that water off. Good. See if you can go a little bit faster, maybe. Yeah. Maybe a little bit faster. Good. Good. And then release that. Good job. Good job. All right, let's focus on the lower half of our body, right? So we've done a pretty good job warming up the hands, the shoulders, the neck, right? So let's focus on the lower body. So see if you can scoot forward in your chair a little bit. Yeah, hands can be wherever's comfortable. And let's hover the left heel off the floor. Yeah, and then lower it down. And then hover the right heel off the floor. And lower it down. Yeah, so you can stay seated. Inhale, hover the left heel. And then exhale, lower it. Inhale, hover the right heel. And then lower it. Okay, let's switch. So this time, can you hover the toes and keep the heel down, right? So lifting the toes and then release. And try that on the other foot. So lifting the right toes best you can. Exhale, lower. One more time each side. So inhale. Can you hover those right toes? And then exhale, lower. Inhale, hover the left toes. And exhale, lower. Good. So from here, can we scoop this right knee in towards the body? Yeah. And then let's twirl through that ankle. So make circles, just like we did with our wrist, right? Taking the same amount of time and care. See if you can go in both directions. Good. Awesome job. And then from here, can you hug the knee up a little bit more? And can you cross the ankle over your thigh? Yeah. Awesome. So this right ankle is over your left knee. Beautiful. Can you bring your hands to your hips and sit up nice and tall? Yes, look at that. Take one more big breath in here. And as you exhale, maybe begin to find a forward fold. So maybe bring the chest a little bit closer towards that right foot. Keeping the spine really long. Good. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. So you might feel this in the hip or the low back. Slowly rise on up. And then from here, can you bring that right knee so it's over the left knee? Right? Kind of like you might do seated at a table sometimes. So crossing our legs. Arms wide. Good. Bend your elbows, open book. Good. Right elbow under, this elbow under. Good. Do you know what pose you're in? This is eagle pose. Eagle pose. Yeah, for whatever reason, this eagle pose, this bird pose is all twisted up, right? Take one more big breath in, really feel your eagle. One more big breath out. And then release it. Release your arms, release your feet. Good. Beautiful. Let's do that on the other side. So see if you can lift that left knee up, lift the foot up, and twirl through that ankle. All right, circle through that ankle, going in both directions. So to the right and to the left. Good. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. And now can you lift that knee up maybe a touch higher and then cross the foot over the right knee? Yeah, this is called figure four, right? So hands come to hips. We sit up really tall. Yeah, good. Take a big breath in. And exhale, keep that tall spine. Maybe find a little bit of a fold to feel more stretch in this left hip. Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's slowly rise on up through the chest. And then can you cross your legs even more? So this left knee comes on top of the right best you can. Yeah. Arms are wide. Yes. Bend your elbows. Left elbow, this one, under. Good. I know rights and lefts, sometimes confusing. Eagle pose on this side. So let's just feel this out. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. And then release that. Shake it out. Plant your feet. Release your arms. Good work. All right, I wanted to introduce something new today. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you scoot over onto the edge of your chair so that only your right butt cheek is on the chair, right? So this left one is kind of floating in space, okay? Right, you can grip the seat of your chair. Can you step this left foot back behind you? So we're coming into a lunge, right? So you stay where you are. I'll show you what it looks like in the legs, right? So it's kind of like our lunge legs, right? You all probably know this from your time working out right at the gym. So we're in a supported lunge, right? Can you maybe bring your arms up? Yes. Yes, beautiful. Take one more full breath in. One more full breath out. And let's twist our arms. So can you bring your right arm back and your left arm forward? Yeah, good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the seat of your chair. Step that left foot forward and scoot on over to the other side. Right? So we scoot over so that just this left butt is on the chair still, right? This right one is floating in the air. Hands can come to the seat of the chair for extra support. Can you step that right foot back? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and if you prefer to do this without the support of the chair, you are more than welcome to do that. If you feel ready, arms can come up overhead. Yeah. Full breath in, so strong, everybody. And full breath out. Okay, can you keep your legs and send your left arm back and your right arm forward, twisting your arms? Yeah, look at that, right? Adding on a little bit more balance. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Take a seat again. So step that right foot in. Good. And see if you can scoot forward on the seat of your chair, right? So that only the tip of your tail is on the chair. And then can you bring your feet out so they're wide? Your heels are in, your toes are out. One last time, open book arms. Yeah, elbows up to shoulder height. Yeah, so you might feel this in the shoulders of the upper back a little bit. This is, if you remember, our goddess pose or our horse pose. Take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Release it. Good job. Let's come to standing, right? So go ahead and stand on up. If you'd like to get a sip of water, you're welcome to get a sip of water. I'm going to have us move our chair so that it's a support for some balancing standing work. So I've moved it so that the back of my chair is close to me so that I can still hang on to the back of my chair for a little bit more support. All right, so take your time making those adjustments. Good. Awesome. And then from here, just come to standing. So you can either have one hand on the chair like I have. If you prefer, you can face your chair and have both hands. I'm only doing one just so that I can see you better, right? So I can demo for you a little bit better, right? But you're welcome to have both hands on the chair. Awesome. So from here, I want you to lift all 10 toes best you can. Spread them out wide and then lower them down so we feel really rooted. And then can you begin to tap your quads, your thighs, and see if they can find some gentle engagement? And then let's do that with our butt too. So make sure there's a little bit of engagement there, right? So the legs are all fired up. They feel really strong. Okay, keep your legs like that. One or both hand on the chair if you like. Breathe and reach one or both arms up overhead. Beautiful. Breathe out slowly. Lower one or both arms down. Good. And seeing if we can time this with our classmates, right? So inhale, reach the arms wide and high. And exhale, slowly lower your hands on down. So same thing we did seated, right? Adding on standing. One more time. Inhale, reach up, up, up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Really nice. So from here, the hands can go wherever's comfortable. I want you to hover the left heel. Yep. And then lower it down. And then hover the right heel. Yep. And lower it down. One more time each side. Hover that left heel up. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hover that right heel up. Good work, everybody. Exhale, lower. Then let's lift the toes. So lift those toes up and lower. And then lift the toes up on the other foot. Yep, and lower. One more time each side. Hover those left toes best you can. And then release. And hover those right toes. And release. Good. From here, let's bring the arm out wide for a little bit more support. And then see if you can shift your weight into this left leg, right? So nice and strong. Can you come up high up on those right toes? Yeah. And then what would it be like to hover the toes and the heel off? So to hover the entire foot up. Yeah, and instead of feeling as if you're really leaning over, can you think about growing taller up towards the ceiling? Yeah, beautiful. Wherever you are, find that ocean wave-like breath or that Star Wars breath, right? One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Shake it out as needed. Good work. Cool. Okay, let's do that on the other side, right? So an arm can come out, or both hands on your chair. This time, let's shift the weight into this right leg so it's nice and strong and active, right? And then come up high up on the left toes. Yeah. And then hover the left toes and the left heel. Yeah. And again, instead of really leaning off to the side, can you think about growing taller up towards the sky? Yeah. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Lower the foot, shake it out as needed. Good. Yeah, your balance looks so solid, everybody. So let's try one more little balance. Yes, I know. I saw that, Michael. Yes, balance is awesome today. Okay, from here, let's tap the legs. Right, make sure they're strong. One or both hand on the chair. Hand can come out for extra support, okay? Shift the weight to this leg, the left leg. Come up high up on the right toes. This time, widen the right knee out towards the right side of the room. And then maybe hover the foot up. Maybe bring the foot onto your ankle. This is tree pose, right? So this arm can stay out wide or it can come on up. If you feel sturdy, you might play around with lifting up the hands off of the chair, always knowing that the chair is right there to support you. Just like a tree, right? You can sort of be windy, moving around with the wind, or you can be sturdy, more like a mountain. Wherever you are, take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Good job. Shake it out. Release it. Let's do that on the other side. Okay? So come to standing. Maybe one arm comes out if you like that. Shift the weight to this leg, right? The right leg. Okay? Get nice and strong in that right leg. And then hover that left heel. Good. And then open your left knee towards the left. And then maybe lift the foot up. And maybe place it towards your ankle. Good. And you might stay here. You might like to reach the arms up. You might like to play around with lifting one fingertip or one hand off the chair. Yeah, and you can billow around in the wind, or you can be more stoic and steady. Yeah, but you might imagine your favorite tree, right? One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Shake it out. Release it. Good job, everybody. Cool. All right. Now is a good time to get a sip of water if you like. All right. You're always welcome to get some water. But now is an especially good time. Okay. And then from here, as you're ready, we're just going to put our chair off of our mat. So take your time to just walk it off your mat or have someone help you walk it off your mat. And then we're going to meet down on the mat, okay? And we're going to meet in tabletop pose. Our hands and knees. Good. Yeah, so if you like, you can change the angle of your camera. Good, and so you'll notice, right, that my hands are more or less under my shoulders and my knees are more or less under my hips. So think like a coffee table or a dining room table, or nice and sturdy, right? Good. And let's take a really big breath in and find our cow pose. So drop the belly down towards the floor, lift the tailbone up, and then lift your chin and look up. Take one more big breath in cow. And exhale, cat pose. So arch the spine, tuck the tailbone, hug the chin, and think howling cat. So like a scared cat. Inhale for cow, drop your belly, lift your tail, lift your chin. Exhale, cat pose, rounding the spine, right? Really puffing up the back. Beautiful. Inhale for cow, drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone up. And exhale, cat pose. Beautiful. 2 more times. Breathe in for cow. Drop belly, lift gaze, lift tail, and breathe out for cat. So we're beginning to move with our breath a little bit more. Inhale for cow. One last time. And exhale for cat. Good work, everybody. Let's come back to tabletop pose. And from here, can you hover the right hand off the mat just about an inch or so? And then can you lower it down? And then can you hover that other hand off the mat just a couple inches? Just a little bit, yeah. And then lower it down. And then can you hover one knee off the mat? Good, and then lower it. And then can you hover that other knee off the mat? And lower it. Okay, let's add on a little bit. So can you hover your right hand up? And maybe your left knee up? And see if you can be really sturdy like a table and then release it. Good job. Let's try that on the other side. Can you lift the left hand? And maybe the right knee and see if you can be sturdy like a table and then release it. Let's just try that one more time each side. So lift the right hand and the left knee so it's opposite hand and knee. Good. And then release it. And then try this on the other side. So left hand and right knee. So we're working on balance here, right? Even though we're close to the floor. Really good job, everybody. I'm going to have you just slither all the way down onto the belly. All right, so as best as you can, just lower all the way down so that the belly's on the floor. And your hands will be just about under your shoulders. See if you can get really strong in your legs. So just when we were standing, right, and we tapped the front of our legs and we tapped the back of our hips and it was nice and strong. Keep that and see if you can breathe in and lift your heart for cobra. So cobra is a type of snake, right? You might think about sort of slithering the chest up. And as you exhale, lower the chest right back down, right? The forehead can lower down. Couple more like that. So inhale, lift the chest up, right? Lift the head up. And then exhale, lower the forehead and the chest back down. Couple more. Inhale, lift up. Keep the legs nice and strong. Beautiful. Exhale, lower down. One more time, okay? So inhale, find your cobra. We slither up like a snake. And exhale, release. From here, bring one palm on top of the other. So make a pillow with your hands. And then rest either your forehead or your chin or maybe one cheek down. This is our crocodile pose. So just like a crocodile, right? We're nice and still. And we're really low to the ground, right? And this is just a resting pose. So you can relax through the legs as best as you can. If it feels okay and you're on the forehead, you might rock the forehead from side to side. That might feel nice, especially if maybe you have like a little headache or something's been on your mind. Right, one more big breath in, we're here. And one more big breath out, we're here. And then as you feel ready, let's transition. So as best as we can, we'll move through tabletop pose. So hands under shoulders, find your knees and rise up. Good. And let's come into our child's pose. So knees are wide towards the edges of the mat. Toes might come to touch. And then you see if you can walk your hips back and down towards the heels. Like our crocodile pose, right? The forehead is resting down on the floor. If maybe that feels uncomfortable or hard, right? If you have that pillow handy, you might bring a pillow under the forehead, okay? And if it feels okay to have the arms stretched forward like this, you can do that. But if maybe the shoulders are tired from all the shoulder work we've been doing, right? Maybe they just reach back towards the heels and they can relax here a little bit. So you stay where you are. I'm just gonna take a moment and check out the shapes that you're in. Yeah. Yeah, so from what I can see, you're all in different shapes, which is kind of cool. Beautiful. Let's just take one more big breath in child's pose. And one more full breath out in child's pose. And begin to press into your palms, right? Rise on up. Make your way out of that shape. Good. Awesome. Do a time check here. Perfect. Right on schedule. From here, make sure you have your pillow, and we're going to meet on our backs. So just go ahead and lower all the way down onto your back as best as you can. Right? Lower all the way down. Ah. Good. And from here, let's bend into the knees and plant the feet flat on the floor. Good. And if you have that pillow, see if you can lift your hips up just a little bit coming into bridge, and then can you slide the pillow underneath your body? So underneath your hips, and then lower your hips right back down so they're resting on the pillow. Good. So this is called supported bridge pose. And this shape can be really nice if you've been seated a lot and maybe you feel as if the front of your hips, right, where your legs meet your torso, feel a little bit sore, right, or tight or tired. And we'll be here for a little bit, so your hands can be wherever's comfortable, either down on the floor or maybe resting somewhere on your torso. You might keep your legs exactly as they are. If it feels okay, you might begin to walk one foot out farther away from you. So beginning to straighten out through the leg a little bit. If that doesn't feel good or feels like too much on your low back, all you do is come back to where we just were. Good. And if that feels okay, right, you might play around with allowing that leg to straighten out all the way so that that knee is no longer bent. And again, being really mindful, if that feels uncomfortable, if that doesn't feel right in your body, you just take a step backwards, right? So walking the feet back in, rebending the knee. We're not here to harm ourselves, right, or cause any more strain or tension or stress on our bodies or our minds, right? Because we probably already have enough of that. So see if you can come back to those wave breaths, right? Those ocean wave breaths. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, but allowing it to be a little bit louder than maybe how you normally breathe. So again, that idea that you're saying, ha, but with your mouth closed. If you've straightened through one knee, now would be a good time to rebend that knee and to try it on the other side. So maybe first just walking the foot out a little bit further. Settling there, noticing how it feels on this side of your body. Right, if it feels okay, you might then begin to explore straightening out through that knee. If that doesn't feel comfortable, if it doesn't feel right, if it feels like pulling on the low back, you take a step back, you take a step out of it, right? And we see if we can find those ocean wave breaths or those Darth Vader-like breaths. So we can really begin to feel the breath in the body, but since the breath is a little bit louder, we can also really hear the breath. And sometimes by being able to hear the breath a little bit more, right, it just gives our mind something else to focus on. So that to the best of our ability, we can be fully here, experiencing these shapes, this time together, instead of what is so common, right, that we get lost in thought or we get distracted. So we use the breath as a tool to keep us right where we are. If you've straightened out through that knee, go ahead and come on out of that. So re-bend into both knees and plant the feet flat on the floor. Good. And then from here, let's lift the hips up. So find that bridge pose. Take the prop out from underneath you and really simply lower the hips right back down to the floor. Good. And then from here with our pillow, instead of it placing it underneath our hips, let's place it between the legs, like an ice cream sandwich, right? Arms spill out wide. You might think open book arms. Your elbows can be bent or straight. And then allow the knees to fall off to one side. So this is called supported supine twist. It's a twist on our back with the support of the pillow between the knees. If it feels okay on your neck, you might gaze in the opposite direction from your knees. Right, so if for example, your knees are off to the right, you would turn your head to the left if that feels okay. If that feels like too much, you just really simply find a neck position that feels good. And unlike our more active part of class, right, the first half of class, we're looking to really allow the body to relax here. So you might give yourself this permission to feel as if you could just melt into the floor. That top leg could just melt into the pillow. Right, that your face could really relax. Maybe it almost feels as if the breath could deepen or slow down. But there's little to no effort in the body. And we give ourselves this gift of just being right here, Just giving ourselves this time to rest. Right, especially nice on a Sunday afternoon, I would say. Your eyes can be opened or closed always, that's up to you. Whatever feels safe or comfortable. And then from here, I'll have you keep the pillow between the knees, but bring the knees up and the feet down, and then twist to the other side. All right, so really simply, legs will fall off to the opposite side. And you might turn your head to the opposite side if that feels okay. Your arms are still wide. The elbows can be bent like that open book, or they can be more straight. And we see if the body can just melt down. Right, as if all of a sudden your body just turned into like melting ice cream. No need to hold on to any muscular engagement. No need to hold on to anything that maybe feels heavy on the mind or the heart. All we have to do here is be here. So we see if we can resist those urges to look ahead or look back. We see if we can just breathe here. And invite this sense of ease into the body. And then slowly, let's come back through center. So feet come towards the floor. And then from here, we can really gently remove the pillow out from between the knees. Then we're going to make our way to our final resting shape. So allowing the legs to stretch out. Yeah, and then allowing the arms to stretch out. And if you have the space, you might even allow yourself to be more like a star. Right, feet wide, hands wide. And your eyes can be opened or closed. And if you like the feeling of having something over you, right, maybe your pillow can come over either the chest or the belly to just give a little sense of where you are in space, a little bit of pressure. If you like the feeling of your eyes closed, you can close your eyes. If you have something that you could gently place over the eyes, sometimes that can feel nice too. So it doesn't have to be like an eye pillow. It could really simply be a washcloth or something you have just laying around nearby that would do that job. If you're interested in feeling that sensation, but maybe don't have anything handy, you can actually use your hands. So the base of your palms, right, kind of where the hand meets the wrist. You can really gently place the base of the palms really carefully over the closed eyes. So the fingertips are reaching towards the top of your head. And you might even place like the thumbs on the temples, so the side of your head, and maybe even just give yourself a gentle massage there. Again, this can feel really nice if maybe you have a lot on your mind or you have a headache. If you try it and you don't like it, all you do is remove the hands, right? No big deal. And there's the same feeling as if you could just melt into the floor, as if your body could just become one with the floor. Knowing that there's nothing else you have to do here. There's nowhere else you need to go. We give ourselves this chance to deeply relax. If it's helpful, you might bring your attention back to your ocean-like, ocean wave breath, or Darth Vader-like breath. So we can really hear the inhales and the exhales through the nose. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and gently open them. And then bend into your knees and plant your feet one last time. Removing any props if they're on you. And then sweep one arm overhead and roll off onto that side, using that bottom arm like a pillow. So coming into seedling posture, imagining you're a little seed under the soil. And then see if you can bring that other hand somewhere in front of you on the floor. Press into that hand until you can rise up. And let's find a seat facing forward. So you can sit in your chair, or if it's comfortable, you can find a cross-legged seat. You can maybe even sit on your pillow if it's still nearby. And we'll just take our last moment here to close, right, like we usually do, and then we can unmute ourselves and say our hellos and goodbyes, okay? So if you're seated, see if you can sit up really tall, as if the top of your head could reach up taller towards the ceiling. And then can you stretch the chest out a little bit wider? Good. Place one hand on your heart. Yeah, and the other hand on top. And take a moment just to maybe feel the heart and the breath underneath the hands. Take a moment to give gratitude towards your body and all that it does for you all the time without you even thinking about it. And then take a moment to honor your efforts, your mental efforts, your physical efforts, for being willing to do something new. Thank you so much.